So, environmental management plan. So, introduction. Preparations of environmental management plan is required for formulations, implementations, and monitoring of environmental protections measures during and after commissioning of projects. Cost of measures for environmental safeguards should be treated as an integral component of the project cost, and environmental aspect should be taken into account at various stages of the projects. So, ang pasabot ato is ang environmental management plan or EMP daw is usa ka plano nga kung unsaon pag-atiman or pagpanilipod og pagdumala sa ato ang kinayahan aron malikayan ang kadaot og masiguro nga limpyo ug gapsay ang palibot. So, sa EMP giklaro ang unsa ang mga lakang aron malikayan or maminusan ang kadaot or og kinsay responsable sa pagpatuman sa mga lakang, unsaon pagmonitor o pagcheck kung nasunod ba ang plano o kanang emergency plan kung naay aksidente or kalit nga problema sa palibot. Conceptualization, preliminary environmental assessment, planning or pagplano, detailed studies of environmental impacts and design of safeguards, executions, implementations of environmental safety measures, operations, monitoring of effectiveness of built-in safeguards. So the management plans should be necessarily based on considerations of resource conservation and pollution abatement, some of which are, so ang kuan ni is ang mga liquid effluents, air pollutions, solid waste, noise and vibration, occupational safety and health, ang prevention and prevention, management and operation of environmental control systems, housekeeping, human settlements, transport systems, recovery use of waste products, vegetal cover, disaster planning, og environmental management cell. So diri nabunta sa the roles of NGOs in the protections of the environment. So, what is NGOs? NGOs is the protections of environmental is a pressing issue. Every person's, organizations, and institution has an obligations and duty to protect it. Environmental protections encompasses not only pollutions but also sustainable development and conservations of natural resources in the ecosystem. Today, the necessity of an environmental awareness and enforcement is more demanding and urgent than ever before. So ang NGOs daw kay mga organisasyon nga dili kabahin sa gobyerno o dili sab pang negosyo. Nag-exist sila aron motabang sa komunidad pinagi sa lain-laing programa sama sa edukasyon nga panglawas nga kabus nga pamilya og kalinaw. So kasagaran ang mga NGO kay naghatag og serbisyo sa mga lugar nga kulang og tabang sa gobyerno, nagasuporta sa mga tao nga nanginahanglan og ayuda og kabalo. Nagpahigayon pod og proyekto pareha sa tree planting, feeding programs, livelihood training og disaster response. O nagbantay sa katungod sa katawhan og nagpasabot sa saktong impormasyon sa kinatibuk-an. Ang NGOs kay dako kayo role sa pagtabang sa komunidad ug sa paglambo sa kinabuhi sa mga tao, labi na sa mga kabus og lisod maabot nga lugar. So NGOs can make the following contributions. So, isa na is ang conducting educations and citizens awareness programs in the field of environment, tas fact finding and analysis nya, filing public interest litigations nya, innovations and experimenting in areas which are difficult or for government agencies to make change, and providing expertise in policy analysis nga kuan pod, providing factual and reliable information with a network of professional expert staff, thus remaining independent while passing relevant information to the public and governmental bodies. Thus kuan po na solidarity and support to environmental defenders working in collaboration with the government for capacity building and promotions of community participations in environmental awareness and protection. And ang last kay working out at the grassroots level and reaching far-flung areas with or without the government invitations. So, achievements of environmental NGOs with special reference. So, ang number one is WWF India. So, WWF Theory and Clean India. WWF is engaged in a multitude of activities for protection and conservation of the environment in the Indian context. Climate change and energy conservation are among the chief areas concern for the organization. So ang number 2 is Clean India. Clean India deeply concerned with the deteriorating environmental situation in the country. Development alternatives initiated the Clean India Community-Led Environmental Actions Network program with 5 schools in the national capital in 1996. Today, Clean Delhi has about 40 schools and regularly involved in monitoring water and air quality in over 150 locations spread across Delhi. Over 2,000 children have been directly trained on environmental assessment and improvement of activities. So ang last is TERI, Tata Energy Research Institute, or TERI. It was formally established in 1974 with the purpose of tackling and dealing with the immense and acute problems that mankind is likely to be faced with in the years ahead on account of the gradual depletions of Earth's finite energy resources, which are largely non-renewable, and account of the existing methods of the use of which are polluting. So TERI has launched major projects. First is phase of which is completing near completions. This project called Growth with Resource Enhancement of Environmental and Nature Green India 2047 has vigorously estimated the reduction in India's key natural resource during the period 1947 to 1997, and has completed economic values of consequence losses, which in some cases are alarmingly high. That's all, and thank you.